All right, it is time. It is go time. It is time to quit postponing this, to quit procrastinating. So here's what I've been doing for about a week. There's a guy, he is a dance instructor, apparently. His name is Nathan Short, and he is out of Sydney, Australia. He has a video channel which was very active up until COVID, and then he kind of went dark. But I understand he's getting ready to go again. But he has a lot of videos, and he also has a Udemy course, and he has 3 courses on Udemy, and one of them is just basic, very, very basic dance steps for guys just to kind of figure out stuff to do and not feel so awkward, which is what happens to me. I get there and I feel like my feet can't move. I feel like they are in cement. And I kind of move my, kind of do the arms a little bit, move around. I might, do a little twist or something. That's about it. So I'm trying out his thing. It is nothing fancy. It is just getting used. So here's where we are. There are about 10 videos. And it's going to be a total of 6 to 8 different steps that he's trying to do. So I've been working on it. I've had the first few lessons. And the first thing is just very simple. And so it's like boom, 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 boom. Just very simple, kind of a step, tap, back and forth, up, tap, back, tap, up, tap, back, tap, up, tap. So it kind of, getting used to kind of moving around, just really kind of getting used to moving around. And actually, that's been pretty helpful. And I realize it's like, I kind of do that anyway. I think a lot of people do. You just kind of do that. But it's one of those things where it's just like, I feel like I can't move my, and the other thing is like, one of the things I get confused on is like the steps, because it seems like so many of the things are either 4 or 8. And then they start talking about doing 3 steps. And I'm like, wait a minute, how does this all work in? And then like I'll learn a little box, but I can't figure out how to transition into other things. So anyway, lesson 1, we're like step, tap, 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 step, tap. Bah, bah, bah. All right. That's like number 1. Number 2 is just kind of bouncing. And so that's one of the things. It's like, he's like, it shouldn't be like a squat. You shouldn't be doing that. It should be you kind of lean a little bit. Maybe kind of shift back and forth a little bit. And then one of the things you kind of throw into there, which was a move he suggested, which I never thought about before, is sort of a freeze. So it's like, all right, so we're doing, so it is sort of funny when you start moving. If I'm just kind of doing my little box, that's kind of like a waltz. That little box, it's kind of easy to stay in that box. But when I start going out of it, and so anyway, so we did that. And then the fourth thing in sort of the initial stuff, he called it kind of rocking. And that's like kind of getting your shoulders going. Now, so one of the things, and this is one of the things he mentioned too, is when I start moving my shoulders, It's like I lose complete coordination below the waist. It's like, wait a minute, I'm moving my shoulders. I can't be moving my feet. I can't get those things going at the same time. So anyway, so we're doing step, tap, step, tap, back, forth. I can move up. I can move there, move back, back. Okay, move around there. We can bounce, boom, 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 boom. We can rock the shoulders. We can freeze. We can freeze the other way. We can do all these things. And so the other things is like kind of where things are. And that I also don't have. And so it's kind of like, and okay, so this is just super, super basic stuff. I know that, but that's what I need. So that was really kind of lesson one. Actually, lesson one was like 3 lessons because they did kind of an introduction. Then they kind of introduced those 4 things to consider. Then they had like a sort of a drill, and they talked about he calls it SPICE: space, position, intent. I can't remember what the C is, and energy. The C is I can't remember what the C is. And it's kind of like you want to be kind of paying attention to that, kind of watching around and trying to match those things with other people. All right. Now, today they added 2 new things, which I haven't even really tried yet. And so this was a 3-step. So it's like 1, and then you step back, and then you kind of step, and then you switch it, step back, and then you kind of step. But the thing is that if you do that right, so it's kind of a small step. So up, back, step. So even though you haven't really, you take kind of a step back, you're still mainly moving forward. So up, step, back, and then you switch up, step, back, and then that way you can kind of move forward. But then, so that, I think I can get used to that. So that's like a 3-step thing. Boom, 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 boom. See, that was hard there because I wanted to do the other foot. You do this foot twice because you're doing 3 things if you want to move. Boom, 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 boom. I feel like I'm getting something wrong there. All right, so that's one. And the other thing is that you also do that backwards. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. The backwards, even though it's sort of the same thing, I don't know, it's a little confusing. And so then the next thing is he calls it a shuffle, and that is going to take some things. But basically, it's kind of like the bouncing again, but you're kind of doing it on, kind of going back on forth on legs. So you go 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3, step, 1, 2, 3, step, 1, 2, 3, step. Then you can do it like do, 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 do. And so that's the basic thing. But then you kind of get into, and I'm not going to try this yet, but kind of like twisting that while you do that. And the goal is eventually to kind of cross over while you're doing it, which that's going to take a little more practice. So those are the things that I'm kind of working on. I watched a couple of new videos on line dances, and you know, the line dancing, it's more complicated than it seems like it would be because, you know, back when I was in college, we did the hustle, we did the hustle. And so I kind of thought that I would know how to do that, but really it's really different. So like the hustle kind of starts out going back and, forward and back. But a lot of the other line dances start out going right or left, and that hadn't really occurred to me. And so there's the transition. Usually if you're doing the line dance, there's sort of you kind of go one direction, you do a few things, and then you transition so that you're facing another direction. And usually it's like you do like four different directions, right? So you do it this way, do it this way, you do it this way, you do it this way. And I get so messed up on these transitions. I don't know. It seems like I'm missing steps or something. So I don't know how the line dance is going to go. I mean, it occurred to me, I thought, because one of the things when I'm watching, and there's all these different kinds of line dances, and while they're similar in that they're line dances, they are all different. And I thought, you may not learn the right one. I mean, it could be the wrong. I guess the thing to do is pick one that is most widely known, like the electric slide or the Cupid shuffle. So more on that to come. So I am kind of working on the dancing. I think this one I can get pretty well, and just that kind of help move a little bit if I can get the shoulders kind of going with it. But the thing is, as soon as when I started doing the shoulders, it's like everything below the waist just like turned off. I don't know. I'm actually giving some thought. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but I have some old friends who were really, really great dancers. And I might see if one or more of them might come over and give me a lesson. We'll see. All right. That's it for today. We are starting out the dancing. We're trying it. I know that this was painful to watch. I know it was painful to watch, but we're going to try it. Hopefully it'll get better. I'm hoping it's going to get better. We're going to keep working on it. So that's it, my friends. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.